It is with deep sadness that I'm making this video to try to talk about the truth that is going on in this world, man. I mean, I just have something to say. The world doesn't give a about Africa. You want to know why? Because there is a lot of things that is going on in this world that is happening in Africa and that is happening to the black community, you know, to black people in general in every part of the world. But the world doesn't show their love to it, man. They don't show their love to Africans and black people in general. Many people lost their lives in Mozambique and Malawi. Hundreds deaths and 800 flood victims in Mozambique and Malawi. Yet the world is still silent about it. This is something that keeps bothering me so much because the world actually didn't give a damn about this situation that actually happened to Mozambique and Malawi, about these catastrophic things that happened. Malawi is probably one of the poorest country in the world, but still the world didn't give a damn about it. And you want to know why the world doesn't give a damn about this? Because of this. Just because I'm black, my life ain't worth living. Just because she's black, her life ain't worth living. Just because he is dark skinned, their life are not worth living. I mean, this is the truth about the world that is happening right now. I mean, this is the truth about that is happening in our world. The things that I want to say is, ever since our brothers and sisters in the United States started with this movement about Black Lives Matter, yeah, you already know it, you know? Police brutality, slavery, you know, all of that, you know, all the stuff that is going on in this world. And when someone started to make this hashtag Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matters, and then there was a group of white privilege, you know, probably a group of white people who saw it and they saw that, this Black Lives Matter is starting to make a great endorsement to the media. I mean, people are starting to take notification about what is going on for the black people in general, especially in the United States, how the policemen are brutalizing black people in that country. So there was a group of white privilege, white people, you know, who started to make this hashtag, All Lives Matters. For me, I think that this is a huge insult for black people who are actually affected by the thing that is actually going on in the United States and the whole part of the world, you know, especially when there is probably an American who started it, a black American who started with Black Lives Matter, and then there were some group of white people who started with All Lives Matter. I mean, why can't you come up with something original for yourself? You know, because for me, I think that is pretty much a huge insult and a huge provocation for the people who are actually affected by this. People are losing their lives in Africa. So many people are losing their lives. And there's a lot of people who actually don't have the benefits to go to school or to work or to do whatever it takes in order to have something better for their lives. But instead, those people, a group of people in France, when they saw that their church, Notre Dame, actually got burned down, they actually take out they actually spend or donate 1 billion euros just to build up a new Notre Dame church. Isn't that a little bit strange, man? I mean, they don't think about the human lives, they are only thinking about their own thing for themselves, which is very, for me, it makes it so sad just to see it, man. 1 billion euros just for a church. Recently, we have seen the situation that it has been happening in Sudan. You have seen how things has been, rape, tortures, murder, and a lot of things that happen in that country. It has happened for so long. Can you imagine for so long how it happened? I mean, there is a lot of people who died in that country, and a 13-year-old girl who got raped, and probably she won't be able to have children anymore in the future because the rebels who actually raped her did a lot of bad things to her, and she won't be able to give birth to children. Can you imagine it? And this is also the same thing that is happening right there, still happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo, for example. We have seen Democratic Republic of Congo being suffered for so long. We have seen ever since the time of King Leopold II, how he mistreated, tortured 10 millions of people, 10 millions of Congolese who died, 10 millions of Congolese who lost their lives. Congo is probably one of the countries that has suffered for such a long time. I mean, we have seen ever since the colonization, when Congo got colonized by the Belgians, and we have seen, for example, King Leopold II, how he mistreated all the Congolese people, and he assassinated, murdered 10 millions of Congolese people. And I don't know if this is still being talked in stories like in schools or other media. You know, they don't talk about it. And then Congo got independent in 1960s, but peace wars, there was still not peace in that country. And then we have Joseph Kabila, who became president, and during his reign as a president, ever since 2006, I have to say to all my Congolese people, it is time to not put the old facts. We need new facts. What I mean, do not put old facts is like this. Because I keep seeing on Instagram, so many people are putting that 6 million of Congolese people lost their lives into today, in 2019. But you have to know something. 6 million is the same fact that happened actually for around 14 to 15 years ago, which is in 2006. So why are you still keep putting the same facts that happened for 15, 14 years ago? I forgot that during the time when Kabila has still been president, many people have still died in the east of Congo. Many women have still been raped. Many men have still been killed by the rebels. And yet you still put the same old facts. 6 million of people died. You have to know that there is around 10 million to 12 million of Congolese people who lost their lives in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Many women have been raped. Small girls have been raped. So many of them have been raped. And this has been going on for the last 18 years, ever since Kabila became president. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine, ever since 2001 that he has become president, and ever since also his father was president in 1997, there was still a war going on in the east of Congo. East of Congo had not found peace for such a long time. But instead, things are still going on. The rebels are still killing our women over there. Still, people are not living peaceful lives. So, to my dearest Congolese people, I just want to tell you this. Please, please, for the love of our ancestors, do not continue to put the old facts on the internet. Because we know that there are more people who have been killed in the Democratic Republic of Congo, such as 10 million of people to up to 12 million of people. Ever since Kabila became president, there have been 10 to 12 million of people who have been killed. And the Congo War is actually one of the most deadliest, probably the deadliest war in the whole world. But the world doesn't show the love to it. They don't even want to talk in the media. They don't even want to show it to the media. They only want to talk about the World War II. Well, of course, World War II is still the deadliest war, but if we count how many people that Adolf Hitler has killed, Adolf Hitler and his army have killed 6 million of people. And they are forgetting that King Leopold killed around 10 million of Congolese people, which is one of the biggest genocide in the world. Same thing that Kabila and his men also did during their reign by killing 10 to perhaps maybe approximately 12 million of people. And still, so many people are still getting killed. I just want to say that the world doesn't give a damn about Africa. And to my Sudanese brothers and sisters who are also getting these kind of troubles, hang in there. I mean, we are together. As an African, as a son of Africa, I just want to say that we are on this together. And I hope that things will be better for the future of our children.